Hey everybody. Okay, students, this video is for you. This is my day one video of going over some work. So I'm going to break it down into smaller videos so that hopefully I can get them uploaded faster and you can check them out. In order to go over your morning work, guys, what I would like to see you have right now is please have out your checklist, okay? And let's just go over math right now. So that's backwards. I don't know how to change that at this current moment, but I'm going to figure this all out. It'll be fine. Anyway, so yes, please have out your checklist, and I'm going to go over math right now. This is going to be the math video. So please have your morning workout, and then also have your daily fact practice stuff out. So that, not daily fact practice, daily practice packet, the one that Mr. Stoll labeled day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, whatever. So have out morning work and have out daily practice for day 1. So let's take a look at morning work first, okay? I'm going to change this over so that you guys can see what I would generally put up on the document camera. Okay, so here's your morning work. First of all, I am going to put my name on it because who doesn't put their name on their paper? Who doesn't put their name on their paper? Anyway, here we go. First and last, guys, make the whole name fit. You know the drill. I don't even take your papers without your first and your last name, so don't be giving your parents a hard time. Put your name on your paper. Okay, here we go. Moving on to day 1. Guys, I'm going to give you until the end of the week to finish those. So when I go over work on probably day 4, I will also answer all of these division problems up here. So I would like you to shoot to have this stuff done by day 4. Okay, today, right now, I'm going to go over day 1. So let me zoom in on it and make it nice and big for you. Please have a pencil out. If you would like to, let me just see if I can focus here a little bit better. If you would like to use a different color to go over your work, that would be fine, and keep track of how you did. Okay, so first question here, we have label 4-6. On the number line. This is fairly new information for Mrs. Buckingham's class, a little bit older information for Mr. Stoll's math class because he's a little more ahead than I am. So what we are going to do is we need to break this up. Remember, our denominator tells us how many parts or pieces there are. So this right here, part 1. This right here, part 2. This right here, part 3, part 4, part 5, and then this, also at one whole, is part 6, okay? Now what we do is we're going to go through and add our denominator to all of these to create a fraction. They all have the same denominator of 6 because there are 6 pieces in the whole entire shape. Yes, I know it sounds crazy. This is fairly new for us. So we have labeled 4-6 on the number line. Done. We also need to label where 1/2 is, okay? And this is interesting because it isn't broken up into 2 parts like this fraction tells us. It's actually broken up into 6 parts, okay? My friend Lucas and I already had a conversation about fractions that are equivalent or equal to each other, especially those that are equal to 1/2. And I'm sure Lucas is nodding his head right now because he can remember. We talked about the fact that if we had our numerator is exactly 1/2 of our denominator. So our denominator divided by 2, if that equals that, it's the same as 1/2, you guys. It really is, believe it or not. So we'll go ahead and we'll circle that spot right on there. Okay. Next, true or false? The fractions 1/3 and 2/6 are equivalent. Well, if we take a look at those fractions right next to each other, okay, equivalent fractions is new to Mrs. Buckingham's class. We have not gotten there. Mr. Stoll's class has, okay? But we see that we multiplied the numerator times 2 and we multiplied the denominator times 2, and that gave us this exact fraction right next to it. So 1/3 is equivalent to 2/6. That is true. Question number 3, what fraction is shaded? Well, here's our fraction. We know we have our numerator tells us how many are shaded. Our denominator tells us the total number of parts or pieces. Okay, so let's start with our shaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shaded. Total pieces are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total pieces include our shaded and our unshaded pieces. So the fraction I'm looking for is 6/8. Nice job, guys. Claire's talking to me, you guys. I don't know if you can hear her or not, but she's very excited. She just found a shirt that has Supergirl on it. It's one of her new favorite things. Okay, so let's take a look at our word problem. It looks a little bit trickier than we typically give you. So here we go. We need to, the directions tell us to make a table to help us. Remember, we've talked about this, guys. Table, chart, they really mean the same thing. So making a chart and making a table are going to be exactly the same. It takes all of your information and puts it into one particular place. Remember how I told you that a lot of times they like to use those words interchangeably. And so really you should just know that they mean the same exact thing, okay? So here we go. Mr. Carson needs to order 80 textbooks for the new school year. The books came in boxes of 16. How many boxes will he need to order? So, any of my favorite students are doing what right now, guys? What are you writing on your paper? Do you know? Anybody yelling it out to me? Cubes, C-U-B-E-S. Don't forget, let's write it on our paper. C-U-B-E-S. Mr. Stoles and Mrs. Buckingham's class know exactly what this means, but just to review for any people who have forgotten, or maybe parents that this is new to, for solving a word problem, you need to use the cubes process, okay? So C stands for circle your numbers. Let's circle them. Okay? U stands for underline your question, so you know what it is that you are answering, okay? So taking a look at what we just did, how many boxes will he need to order is the question we are answering, okay? B stands for boxing those math action words. Well, guys, this one doesn't explicitly share with you something like sum or divided by or greater than or how many more. It doesn't tell us those numbers. So this one, we really kind of just have to check into our brain space and figure it out. So I'm looking at this problem and I'm seeing that Mr. Carson needs to order 80 books. He needs 80 at the end. He has to get 80 books. And every single box that he orders has 16 of them in there. So let's take a look. We need to make a chart, okay? I'm going to show you what kind of chart I would suggest, and that is a T-chart. It's called the T-chart because you make it look like a T. I'm skipping ahead a little bit. So cute, Claire. Everybody tell Claire how cute this is. Show them your shirt. Oh, yeah, girl. It is just like your shoes. Fantastic. Okay, back to the task at hand. We don't really have boxing our math action words, but we know, guys, that we have to have this many, and only one box is going to come with 16, okay? Let's evaluate and eliminate any information. There really is no information in there that's totally different or information that doesn't have anything to do with our problem. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes they give us stuff that really makes no difference. Today, we have all the information we need, so we don't need to eliminate anything. We need to evaluate. That means we need to think through our steps right now. Well, we know that we have to take 80, and we have to break that up into groups of 16. So, guys, what's that tell you we need to do? If we're breaking things up, we are dividing, okay? So, let's see. We are dividing, and then S stands for solve, show your work, whichever way you want to look at it. So, I'm going to label my chart. This is going to be for boxes, and this is going to be for books. Okay, so I'm labeling the two different sides. One box is going to give me 16 books. Books come in boxes of 16, okay? If I was to get a second box, then that would mean I would have 32 books, and I know that because I either did 16 times 2 or I added 16 plus 16, and I got 32. Yes, we still carry the 1, you guys. It's not a false thing. We still carry that. And then I had to comment. And here we go. So box number 3 is going to be another 16 books. So that makes 48 books. Box 4 Let's see, just for the sake, use the side of your paper, guys. See how even I am writing some work on the side of my paper. This is helping me out, keeping me going straight, okay? Do I have enough books yet? No, Mr. Carson needs 80. So 5, I'm going to add 16 more books. That's going to give me exactly 80 books. Mr. Carson, the question is asking you, how many boxes will he need? Mr. Carson will need 5 boxes. Look at this work I did, you guys. I did not have 2 little things written down on my square here. You know that when you bring these papers to me, I'm usually like, go back and show me some sort of work there, something that shows me that you got this answer yourself. Also, push yourself. Put your answers, complete sentences. Really not difficult. Make it nice and clear. And that is day 1 morning work. So we're going to take our checklist, something I love to do, okay? I'm going to head right to my day 1 morning work. I'm going to check that right off, okay? When you complete your fact practices, you can check that off. Check your daily assignment. Check that off. Let's go over daily practice packet day 1. Can you guys hear Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood? Claire's watching Daniel Tiger. Yay. Here we go. Okay. So, day 1, week 1, day 1. Okay, let's take a look at question number 1. Which expression is represented by the model below? An expression, for those of you who don't know, is a math sentence that does not include an equal sign. Okay, so we have all these expressions down here. Well, here's our model. What we need to do, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. And each one of these has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 squares. So the expression that we are seeing here is 4 times 9. Comment below on the video to tell me exactly what 4 times 9 equals. Okay, guys, question number 2. Selena. Okay, remember, you're reading along these questions and you don't know the name. I don't care what you say the name as. Use it as S-girl, the girl named S, or Stephanie. Give her a different name. It really doesn't change the question, guys. All that does is change the name of the person that's in there. The information is going to stay the same. Don't get tricked on names you can't read. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, Selena had 204 stamps in her collection. She bought 47 more stamps. If she gave 38 stamps to her brother, how many stamps does Selena have now? Okay, guys, what am I doing here? Cubes. A lot of stuff going on here, okay? Lots of information. Let's circle our numbers. 204. What does the number 204 tell us? It tells us exactly how many stamps she had in her collection. Had means things have happened, okay? She's gotten more. She's given some away, so we need to work through both of those processes. Here we go. She had 204. She bought 47 more, and she gave 38 to her brother. So there we go. We've circled our numbers. We need to underline our question. How many stamps does Selena have now? Boxing our math action words. Here we go, guys. She bought 47 more. More tells me I need to add. She gave 38 stamps to her brother. Well, if you give something away, you're going to subtract them. Evaluate the steps. This is going to be more than one step, okay? So we start with 204, and she buys 47 more. That's going to give us an answer, okay? Step number 1. Step number 2 is going to be that answer minus the 38 she gave away. And that's going to give us a final answer. So we've evaluated our steps. Now we need to solve and show your work. Show your work. Yeah. Okay. 204 plus 47. We have 11 here. Carry the 1. 4 plus 1 is 5 and 2. Bring that down. Okay, don't forget this now needs to go up here because we need to do step number 2. I love this. 1 minus 8. Don't you dare do 8 minus 1. No way. Okay, we're going to go over to this 5. We need to borrow from that. That 5 becomes a 4, and 1 becomes 11. Now we can successfully subtract. 11 minus 8 is 3. 4 minus 3, 1, 2, minus 0, 213 stamps. Well, take a look. Yep. Okay, there we go. The correct answer for problem number 2 is C. I think that brings us to day number 2. So there we go, guys. There's your math for day 1. Okay, we've gone over morning work, and we've also gone over the daily practice packet. If you have any questions about any of that, you want me to clarify with you more clearly, I'd love to meet with you on Google Meet. If you have that sort of question and you need me one-on-one, I will help you out with that, okay? Stay tuned for a video to go over day 1 reading.